Or say Fatu one, I catch on one. Why? Fatu one, I catch on. Nana, I'm in Koi, Ubiaba. Ubiao. This match day 33 in Kumasi. It is Asante Kotoko playing against Medeama Sporting Club, and we're going to go into the game, try to talk with the two coaches and see how things are going to go. But before that, it is Kotoko playing at home, missing some very key players, and very soon we'll see how things will go. And then Coach Abdul Karim Zito is here with me, a legend of the club, and also for now, the man who leads everything in terms of the technical direction. Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
I'm Coach. A game against Medeama, of course, a very tough side. Your opponent, Coach Tanko, you've played against him several times. What makes it special or a lot difficult playing against his teams?
Well, when you come to count, makes the game very distinct for us. And today, to us, today will be our last game of the season at home. So we have to press, we have to do everything possible to win, to make our supporters happy.
Coach, you are missing some very good players, key players, Kwame Opoku, of course, on national duty. But we've also noticed the absence of Samba O'Neill in the team. What is the reason behind that?
It's not only Samba. I was listening Saka and then Billy. All is due to the yellow card we had. So many yellow cards. That was why I went to the linesman and asked him, too much yellow card is spoiling my team. This is it. This is the result. Now, 3 of them who regularly played there will not play today. You see how serious the issue is. So, with Samba yellow card, Saka yellow card, and what do you call him? Billy to yellow card. There's nothing you can do. So, definitely you have to bring what you have to fight for what you want.
You talked about the fact that this is your last home game. What do you think you guys need to do to impress those who have come? Because you have some other games to play.
Yes, today we have to win. Every supporter who comes to the field wants to see his team winning. So if we win today, I think they will be happy and play good football for them. I think they will be happy. So that's the only thing we have to do to make them happy. play good football and win.
Which we wish you were.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Sito talking about the game. He also made mention of the fact that he was the first head coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club, and he knows everything, the ins and outs, the pros and the cons of the club. But today he happens to be on the other side, and Coach Ibrahim Tanko is here with me, a legend of the game, and of course this time he's the coach for Medeama Sporting Club. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Coach, you are playing against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Kumasi Sports Stadium here. Playing here against Kotoko, how difficult does it make?
It's always difficult, and I mean playing Kotoko in their home ground because of the fans cheering them. And I play against them several times, and I think today is also going to be a very good game.
Coach, your opponent, Coach Karim Zito, talked about the fact that he was the first coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club, and also you guys have had some interesting battles over the past few years. What makes it interesting or difficult playing against him?
Yeah, well, I think, like he said, I'm also new in Medeama, and he's also here new in Kotoko. So definitely it's going to be a different game altogether. We have a different kind of players in both teams. So, yeah, like I said, very difficult playing against Kotoko, but definitely we are here to have some points or 3 points if possible.
But you are missing some very important players, Kamaradin, one of them, due to national team collab. Is that going to be an issue to talk about, or you just need to forget about it and approach the game in a different way?
No, I think there's no issue. They also have one with the national team. So we have one defender and they have one attacker. So I think it's fine. No, I think I'm very happy for them and that they have this call up for the national team. Definitely there are players who will replace them. So there's no problem.
The last one, the fact that at this point, in a way, there's nothing to play for, not a title, not to relegate. What is going to be the motivation for this afternoon?
No, I think both teams want to showcase themselves. It's a live match, and a bit of supporters are here. So definitely, like you said, there's no pressure on both teams. So I hope that is going to be a very good game.
Is this going to be a part of preparations for next season for you and your team?
Yeah, sure. I think not only me and Coach Zito as well. It's also new. So definitely, and this is going to be one of the matches that we are going to look at to prepare for the next season.
Wish you well.
Thank you.
That was Coach Ibrahim Tanko, the coach for Medeama Sporting Club. He believes this is going to be an interesting game. Two teams with no pressure. They'll play to enjoy themselves. The next 90 minutes is going to be kickoff. Keep watching.
Eba.
Muda. This happens to be another big game in the Ghana Premier League, of course. It is match day 33 in Kumasi. It is Asante Kotoko playing against Medeama Sporting Club, and we're going to go into the game, try to talk with the two coaches and see how things are going to go. But before that, it is Kotoko playing at home, missing some very key players, and very soon we'll see how things will go. And then Coach Abdul Karim Zito is here with me, a legend of the club, and also for now, the man who leads everything in terms of the technical direction. Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
I'm Coach. A game against Medeama, of course, a very tough side. Your opponent, Coach Tanko, you've played against him several times. What makes it special or a lot difficult playing against his teams?
Well, when you come to count teams that are formidable, I think Medeama is part of it. And you know, Medeama's story can never end without my name. I was their first coach. I know how seriously they've taken football. So definitely they attach much importance to every game they will play. That makes the game very distinct for us. And today to us, today will be our last game of the season at home. So we have to impress, we have to do everything possible to win, to make our supporters happy.
Coach, you are missing some very good players, key players, Kwame Opoku. We've also noticed
that we had so many yellow cards that played there will not play today. You see how serious the issue is. So with Samba yellow card, Saka yellow card, and what do you call him, Billy to yellow card, there's nothing you can do. So definitely you have to bring what you have to fight for what you want.
You talked about the fact that this is your last home game. What do you think you guys need to do to impress those who have come? Because you have some other games to play.
Yes, today we have to win. Every supporter who comes to the field wants to see his team winning. So if we win today, I think they will be happy and play good football for them. I think they will be happy. So that's the only thing we have to do to make them happy. Play good football and win.
Which we wish you were.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Zito talking about the game. He also made mention of the fact that he was the first head coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club, and he knows everything, the ins and outs, the pros and the cons of the club. But today he happens to be on the other side, and Coach Ibrahim Tanko is here with me, a legend of the game, and of course this time he's the coach for Medeama Sporting Club. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Coach, you are playing against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Kumasi Sports Stadium here. Playing here against Kotoko, how difficult does it make?
It's always difficult, and I mean playing Kotoko in their home ground because of the fans cheering them. And I play against them several times, and I think today is also going to be a very good game.
Coach, your opponent, Coach Karim Zito, talked about the fact that he was the first coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club. A warm afternoon in the middle of the country as the world watches on. The last time Kotoko will play at home this season. The beautiful display, pride and affection could likely be the motive. As any impact of this game's results will rely massively on what happens at other venues. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko playing their Matchday 33 games against Medeama Sporting Club at home this afternoon. This, of course, will be the last time Asante Kotoko will play at home. And Coach Abdul Karim Zito made just a few changes in the team that played against BBN Gold Stars in BBN. Mohamed Kamara started in post, and Henry Kwame Ansu captains the team this afternoon in the absence of Justice Blake, who is sidelined due to yellow cards. Michael Chedramana, Elvis Chebafor, Patrick Asiedu, and also Albert Amoa, Baba Yaya, Joseph Pablo, Lord Amoa, Andrew Sintimeru, and Peter Amido Akwa, who came on in BBN to impress so well. So this afternoon, he has got the nod to start. Justice Blay, and also Samba O'Neill and Saka Dauda. They'll all be missing this game due to the accumulation of yellow cards. On the part of the away team, Coach Ibrahim Tanko started Felix Che in post. The man in your shot. He went with Fatau Suleimana, who will be the captain this afternoon. Nuruddin Abdullahi, Manuel Mante, Ebenezer Nkrumah, Mubarak Yusuf, Prosper Boachi Owusu, Kingsley Brai, who has scored 1 hat-trick this season, Emmanuel Owusu, Prince Owusu, and Kelvin Nkrumah. Abdul Latif Adari is going to be the referee for this game this afternoon. So that is the lineup for the away side you have in your shot. A missing piece of the puzzle this afternoon is going to be Kamaradine Mahmoud, who is with the Black Stars in the United Kingdom for the Unity Cup. But they still have a very formidable team, Medeama, to compete this afternoon. Lots of stars on the bench. Derek Fojo, Bernardino Osatete, Adams Abdul Jabal, Godfred Aban, Kobina Amwa, Nana Kofi Babel, God knows Japasu, David Boyson Frempong, and Yao Osei. Medeama have a very thick bench, which they could make any substitutions at any point to have an impact on the game. Welcome one and all to the Kumasi Baba Nyara Sports Stadium for the
Medeama with a lot of key players on the bench, but they are winless in their last 5 away games. But one thing Kotoko must take notice that they've scored 10 in their last 5 games in the Ghana Premier League. But this is Kotoko, who are yet to lose a game, especially in their last 5 home games against any opponent in the Ghana Premier League. So it tells you Kotoko are high flying at home against a team that decided to bench most of their key players going to this game. Let's see whether they can justify something out of it. But last season, Kotoko managed to snatch 4 points out of 6 against Medeama. This season, they drew the first leg, and we're hoping to at least make sure to maintain that kind of bragging right against Medeama Football Club. But let's see whether they can maintain the momentum, the absence of the likes of Justice Blay. Maybe, just maybe, they can do something promising. Also, Samba or the reliable figure is also missing due to maybe some injuries and whatever. So I think it's going to be a good game. But the atmosphere is there for pride, for a lot of things, for a lot of quality. Coach Tanko believes in possessing the ball, playing very good football. And ever since, Kotoko and the new leaf of Karim Zito, they are playing very good football. So we are going to witness a very good atmosphere, especially looking at the fact that against the Benny Gold Stars, the likes of, Peter Amido Aqua came in to change the dynamics of the game. And a piece for them to prove themselves in this game.
This, of course, just could be a build-up upon what happened in the beginning over the weekend. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko just knowing really well that they need to do something to please the fans in their last home game. Papa Lord Amwa, who has been sidelined for a very long time due to injury, in his absence, it was Michael Sefa, Adriana Jete, and sometimes Justice Blay, who have been used as right backs. But this time, Lord is back to his favorite position.
Of course, and he's playing his 20th game, but he's had 2 yellow cards. 3 seasons with Brekumi Chelsea before moving to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Lord Amwa, a reliable figure, especially from the start of the season. But due to injury, now he's back.
Medeama Sporting Club holding on to the ball. Just as Coach Ibrahim Tanko said, this is a game of less pressure, because both teams know that at least something needs to happen somewhere before one of them can be in the talk of the title. Karim Zito, the man who is acting as the head coach until the end of the season. But there have been a lot of talks for him to be maintained beyond this particular mandate. And looking at the kind of work he's been doing, I think he may deserve a chance.
Why not? Looking at the new leaf Kotoko are within, and especially the confidence in players. And we also a very good player in recent times. lot of things, a lot of numbers are happening so good for Karim Zito.
That was a bit of, an interception in play from Abdul Latif Adari. Ebenezer and Kroma. Felix Chi. Kotoko seeking to put a bit of pressure. Switch to the left. Not the best of crosses from Fatah Suleimana. The man who has been in top form alongside Kamaradin Mahmoudou on both flanks this season.
Experience within his base, 6 seasons running for Medeama Football Club, and he's been consistent.
Joseph Ablo. He actually had a very good game against Bibiani Gold Stars, and he was one of the reasons why Bibiani could not win that game against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Joseph Ablo, he's shown that kind of aggressiveness at the back to scare the opponent from getting closer to the 80-yard box of Kotoko. And he's been providing a very good pair with Henry Ansu at the back. But he must limit the level of aggression within his game. He might one day give away a very dangerous incident against himself. 7 yellow cards this season. It tells you how aggressive he is, Joseph Ablo.
This is a pass. Medeama could make it one, and they have done it. What a way to announce your presence. It is Kingsley Braye, and he has plunged it in. That was a freezing pass through for Kingsley Braye, and the finish was just top notch. The man who scored a hat-trick against Dreams FC this season has gone on and done it against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Kingsley Braye, Inter Allies, Armina Sharks, Susubrubi FC, and now Medeama. He just scored his 6th goal of the season in 18 games. Of course, a hat-trick against Dreams FC. He scored against Nations and Vision, and he just added the icing on the cake against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But just watch the defense of Kotoko when Medeama was trying to initiate the attack. And that is something coach must try to cater for, especially looking at how the fullbacks always join the attack and leave a lot of gaps behind for the opponent to exploit.
That was an incisive pass. And between Henry Anso and Joseph Ablo, there was just no communication between them. Which of them should attack the situation? Which of them should remain calm? They failed to get that connection between them. And Medeama wouldn't mind any of that because they lead in Kumasi so early in the game. Another pass. And that is Kevin and Kroma. Kamara, the man who has taken over the post since the arrival of coach Karim Zito. No room whatsoever for Frederick Asare. And Felix Chi, another good goalkeeper in the Ghana Premier League this season.
was Apia Kubi from the start of the season. But after recovering, he's been the man in post for Medeama. And you can never doubt his qualities anytime. He's in 17th game this season for Medeama, and it's good.
Ablo sends it to Alberta Moa. He gets Peter. Through to Che. And that cross was a bit troublesome for Felix Che. But he made no room for errors there. Knowing very well they're in a comfortable lead at this point, there will be no room for errors.
In team menu just playing that somebody else new role, and he's not giving that kind of cover needed, because looking at Che Jamina, he's more or less having that forward thinking abilities than giving shows in defense, and the team is always overloaded whenever Medeama are trying to progress the ball from deep areas in midfield. And it's a problem, of course, because that kind of cover is lacking.
It's so a kind of a 4-1-4-1 this afternoon. And that has been the formation always when they play at home. Just check the body language of the player. Kingsley Bright. We just knew he was going to put it in that angle, but there's nothing you can do about it.
But Manuel Manteges gave an incisive pass that any striker cannot miss, because that was a line splitting one from this experienced midfielder.
Still Medeama. Emmanuel Owusu. Gas Suleimana. Nuruddin Abdullah. Nice turn. Another unblemished pass. The first touch could have caused lots of harm for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And Kotoko at the moment going with a 5-man defense. Just trying to make sure. This is Suleimana. It can be 2. But he failed to take it.
Kotoko should be aware of the through passes from Medeama, especially from every angle whenever Medeama are getting closer to their box. Because the first goal came through an incisive through pass, and this one, it was quite, ambitious just for Suleimana to fumble with it. But it's a warning. The back line should be very cautious, because Medeama can tease you around to come, and then they can exploit your back line. It's a caution for Kotoko.
Amidu Akwa. This is Peter. He played against a club in yellow last week, and he was on top of his shoes. Perhaps his favorite color. Emmanuel Owusu attacking down the flank. And the whistle goes for a foul. Of his Chiba 4.
Loramo is a bit suspect in pace, and he should be a bit conserved anytime Kotoko trying to initiate an attack, because Kingsley Briar can still make a lot of moves, especially exploiting that area.
Good pass to Peter Amidu Akwa. This could be what everyone expects it to be. The strike comes. And Felix Che has denied them once again.
Great goalkeeping from the tight angle from Felix Che. You just have to applaud him for that. crucial for save from Karela United, and he's playing his 3rd season for Medeama. A lot of experience. His 17th game running.
Lots going on in the box. Error from Medeama. Kotoko failed to pounce on it. This could be a break, but Kamara must be there. And he was there. Another pass to the same man. He could do it for the 2nd time. And Kingsley Bright. That is just the game plan. And Medeama executing it perfectly at the moment. Kotoko need to change things.
They should find a way to cater for the wing play Medeama are using, because they have a lot of pacey wingers, but also dangerous having the ball and very tricky, of course, to handle. As a caution to the fullbacks and even the centre backs of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, because a lot of spaces for the opponent. And you can see any pass from Medeama is breaking lines. That is something Kotoko must improve upon. That cover in midfield is lacking. And perhaps the centre backs cannot rely on the shield the midfield is offering. All the time you must anticipate above your level. And that is why they are using a lot of through balls to get their way through Medeama.
So Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they've managed to recover from that situation. And Kotoko yet to pose a single threat that is glaring in the game. Quite apart from that shot from Chebafo, there haven't been any attempt by Asante Kotoko at goal.
You should learn how to defend before thinking of attacking, because the game, you are not on the front foot. At this point, you are more or less chasing the entire angles of the pitch to give a lot of shoulder. And at that moment, you struggle to have your way through, trying to facilitate attack from deep areas.
Good ball from Chebafo, exploiting the space behind. Could this be it? That was good defending. Mohamed Kamara. Kamara puts it behind. This is Loramore. Amwa, lots of space and time. He gets back for Nuruddin Abdullahi.
If you have the likes of Nuruddin to contest with in terms of area balls, it's going to be a challenge. And Albert Samoa must at least find other options to sound dangerous in attack for Kotoko.
Miscommunication. This is Kingsley Bright. Can he make this one another one? And good defending from Henry Ansu. Brian knows he had made an unpardonable mistake. by not putting that ball at the back of the net. Kamara was already moving out of goal. And that could have been a lot interesting. Baba Yaya puts it on a far wide. The cross comes in. And Nuruddin Abdullahi. You just cannot pick the area balls.
He's been consistent with a goal this season in 23 games. Nuruddin, a very tough customer to handle.
This is still Kotoko. And Peter Midoakwa. Nearly squared it all for Asante Kotoko. Check that cross from Lord Amoa. Ebenezer and Nkrumah failed to deal with the situation as expected.
Don't forget, Medeama averaging 1.3 goals per game. And they've scored 10 in their last 5 prior to this game. So it tells you scoring goals isn't their problem. But the fact of the matter is that they are winless in their last 5 away games. And maybe history may not speak for them despite taking the lead.
Was another ball by the flag. Went up. Something needs to change. Asante Kotoko. Team try to poke it towards Baba Yaya, but good interception from Medeama. Just putting the ball down to enjoy themselves.
Frustration setting in for Kotoko in defense. And that is a big problem because at this point you started losing your head. Medeama are still picking gradually the energy from the guys. You cannot underrate that. So at this point you must stay concentrated.
Yeah. The guy who won. This is Albert Tamoa. He goes down and the whistle goes for a penalty. And Abdul Latif Adare has pointed to the spot. And Nuruddin Abdullahi is saying no way. That couldn't have been a penalty. And Mubarak Yusuf, a former player for this club, just trying to calm the nerves. And Coach Zito having words with his midfielders.
Watch it closely. That pass from Baba Yaya, and he was brought down, and the referee was so close to the angle. Never an offside because he timed his runs very well.
That check it closely once again. Medeama protesting just because he touched the ball. But Abdul Latif Adari is saying it should be a penalty.
After touching the ball, you impeded the attacking player's opportunity.
That is so close. And Albert Amoa, he has the chance to make it 10 in the season for himself. And Abdul Latif Adari saying you must stay behind the area until he kicks.
Against Bechem, he did the magic to restore parity with the same spot kick, same angle, same goal post.
Albert Amoa 1-1. His 10th goal of the season. And Albert Amoa, just when they needed him the most, he has risen, composure, calmness, and he has put it at the back of the net. His 10th goal, he will be hoping to add more to his tally.
Interesting from Albert Amoa. Last season for Great Olympics, in 17 games, he scored only 5. But this time, in his 24th game, he registered a 10th goal and still counting. So I think big improvement for Albert Amoa. And it's a plus to get your career high in a big club like Kotoko. In fact, the sky is the limit for Albert Amoa.
We are all square here. Just after 23 minutes. It's 1-1. Kotoko Medeama. And Medeama Sporting Club chasing just their 4th away win of the season. After winning 3 previous away games. Against Young Apostles, they won 2-0. Against Basake, 2-1. And against Legon Cities, it was 1-0. But they are winless in their last 5 away games.
And the last time Medeama won an away game to Kotoko, that was March 2023. They won by 2-0, and Jonathan Sowa and Vincent Atinga were the scorers. And don't forget, anytime Kotoko are losing at home to Medeama, they always lose more than 1 goal. So let's see whether it can happen since 2021. The first leg, it was 1-1. Komipoku scored the first goal in the first half around the 44th minute. But Kamaradini, around the 68th minute, restored parity. This time, 2 goals in the first half. More to come because the game is looking lively. A lot of opportunities for both teams to exploit.
This is still with Medeama. They're looking to make something out of it. And that strike from Prince Owusu. And Mohamed Kamara. That was a mouth-watering save from the Guinean international. A credit to Prince Owusu for the vision to have struck from that angle and that distance.
Kamara has won the heart of coach Karim Zitu, and he's benching the team's captain in Frederick Asari. So such saves should be, common.
This is Albert. He turns well. Peter Amido Aqua. That will be a foul for Medeama Sporting Club. Amido Aqua. That is Peter. A pass to Albert. Shoot with the left. He was in search for his 11th of the season.
Jamra is now adding that kind of off-the-ball ethics that is expected, because having in team menu, you are not assured of a lot of show. But Jamra prefers high up the pitch, lot of overload for medium and midfield, and really causing problem for Kotoko. But now he's adding that defensive ethics to his game, and the center is now getting some thickness in Kotoko's favor.
Patrick Asiedu. That was too ambitious from the left back. Nuruddin. He played one of his best games of the season against Hartlepool when they played in Takwa. Prosper Boache and coach Ibrahim Tanko seeking to be the 8th manager to beat Asante Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League this season. Tasted 7 defeats already.
Don't forget, in their last 5 games away prior to this game, they've conceded 8. They've scored only 2. But they took the lead and Kotoko restored parity. They lost 2-1 to Samatex, 1-0 against House of Folk. Another 1-0 defeat against Hearts of Lions. Bibeni Gold Stars defeated them by 1-0. And they lost their biggest defeat of the season, 3-0 against Karela United.
This is Che. Gets into the box. Che bar 4. And Felix Che is not a happy man at all.
Abdul Latif Adari, lot of experience in the Ghana Premier League, and a household name, of course, from the Upper West region, to be precise, within the Nadoli Kalio district.
Medeama still getting hold of the ball. 30 minutes. Almost into the 31st. And the game is still apart in terms of the most important element of the game. 1-1. It was Breyer with the first goal. Another cross being put in. Medeama still holding on to it. The strike goes and Kamara. Good goalkeeping. Kotoko now showing the urgency that is expected when they're defending.
Looking at how their reactions toward the second balls is so poor. So poor. Against a team that is so in attack. Always trying to stretch the back line, find spaces, and use through balls. You should be able to contest every second ball. Even when you lose the first ball, you must show that kind of seriousness, attempting second balls. But Kotoko are not showing that in defense. And Ablo shouting a lot, and I think he should stay calm. At that point, when you allow your emotions to take advantage of your qualities, a lot of mess will be caused. And expecting Ablo to show that kind of calmness in defense.
Lord Amoa, Patrick Asiedu behind it to be taken by Emmanuel Owusu. Nothing to talk about.
One thing that is trying to be an issue in the Ghana Premier League is how we convert set pieces, especially free kicks. Hardly do we see players scoring from such situations. The last time you can mention was against the Dinner Stars when Patrick Asedu, I beg your pardon, scored from a direct free kick. In previous years, Glasner Wako will give it to you. But the prime man in terms of set pieces is Dombote. He's going to convert it with ease. But our game is now diminishing in terms of converting from free kicks. Even Gordon Trump is this. At Great Olympics, perfect free kick taker. A word money you can add off Samatex. But the goals are not coming from such perspective, and we must improve entirely.
Manuel Mante controlling the midfield so well for Medeama. He's been the man putting in all the incisive passes and everything they will need up front just to get themselves some goals in this game. No routine. Mante turns well. Gets to Mubarak. Nuruddin, lot of space. Suleiman. Brian Tanko. Don't really think he can ask for more. His side having been bad in the first half.
They suffered their biggest defeat of the season in their last away visit against Karela, 3-1.
Fatal. Joseph Ablo, good turn. He gets Yaya. Managed to keep possession for Kotoko. Peter Amidou. This is still Amidou. Albert Tamoa. There will be no whistle. Adari says. And Fatau Suleimana already in the box in pain.
At that point, you need a sharp thinking striker to how Amidou Akwa maneuvered through the crowd. And the body orientation of Albert Amo was not the best one, because that sharp turn that could have offered him a lot of advantage after the first touch was so poor.
Albert Tamoa back. And Karim Zito looking on his watch. Also Fatau Suleimana limping off the pitch. And in the absence of Kamaradin Mahmoudou, they will be hoping Fatau Suleimana gets back. And he's back. And for now, he will be able to continue until something happens.
In 22 games, no competition, Kotoko are having 9 wins. 6 wins for Medeama and 7 drawn games. But the last 5 meetings, Kotoko won twice. They suffered 1 defeat. And they drew 2. In that last 5 meetings, 8 goals scored, 4 for each. No wonder. As of the 37th, 38th minute, it's 1-1.
Henry Ansu Amoa gets Ansu, the man who captains the team this afternoon, the former Brecum Chelsea defender. And Joseph Ablo.
But is it a coincidence or accidental? Because Kotoko against Gold Stars rested, that week before that game, and the same applies to Medeama. So a lot of energy. No wonder they are trying to cook Kotoko in terms of the physical level, because Medeama got 3 points against Nsoatreman without kicking the ball, and against Gold Stars it was the same thing. Kotoko apply energy, and to come from that big game against Ben Gold Stars to face a team that just rested. It's a lot of things.
And the news from Brecum is that the Biani Gold Stars have taken the lead by 3 goals to 1 over Brecum Chelsea just in the first half. And here we are just around 39 minutes, and it's still 1 each for both teams.
Bibiani want to stretch the title race to the wire. They want to still keep the hope alive, hoping from that response from Basake against Nations.
Good ball towards Babayaya. Sheikh Bramana failed to get the touch that could have positioned him well to get a goal. Emmanuel Owusu back to Nuruddin. Aqua. This could be a 2 versus 1. Albert Amoa. The first touch was a bit too heavy. It's still Kotoko. Lord Amoa. And the cross comes in. And Albert Amoa has made it 11. His second goal of the afternoon. What a way to announce your presence. Brilliant, brilliant header. Instinctive header. You just cannot help but be seduced by the brilliance. 2-1 Kotoko and 2 for Albert Amoa.
And that is what winners do after losing the first game. That ball from Loramoa, and look at how he dominated just in between 2 defenders of Medeama, and that is brilliant. Lord Amoa with that incisive cross, and Albert dominated very well. We've been talking about his aerial durability, and this is a clear example of a player without that height against the likes of Nuruddin by his ability to control the air. That is brilliant. Felix J could not offer that magical save to this ball. Interesting. Just interesting from Albert Amoa.
He keeps scoring. And the results from the other venues Just like I told you earlier, Bibiani Gold Stars leading 3-1 over Brecum Chelsea. Heart of Lions leading 1-0 over Bechemi United at home. And also Karela beating Young Apostles. Hearts of Oak leading by a goal over Legon Cities. And also Adriana and Samatex 1-1. Holy Stars and Nations are still goalless. And that will mean a lot can change after this very match day. Ghana Premier League 2020-2025. And this is the live table, which means Nations FC still on top with 61. Bibiani Gold Stars 60, Asante Kotoko with 58. 42 minutes, almost into the 43rd. And it's 2-1 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Albert Amoa, the magician this afternoon.
Proud to the game, Identity was like, we are missing Kwame Poku, but I think he's not been missed because Albert is doing the needful. Stepping up and Mattes Mus against a big team like Medeama. Last season they won here by 1-0, but this time it's looking good. And considering the poor away run of Medeama this season, no wonder.
This is their 17th away game of the season, and they've won just 3 of those.
And the funny thing is that they've considered 10 in their last 6, and they've scored 3. Still running. That is so poor from Ibrahim Tanko because conceding more than you can score in away games is an issue.
No routine. Some very good experience. Albert Amoa. 2 minutes of additional time to be played. A very warm atmosphere this afternoon in Kumasi, but it will be a bit cold for the Kotoko faithfuls and Albert Amoa, especially in this first half.
The first start for Lord Amoa after returning from injury, he provided an assist. His void in previous games was replaced by the likes of Michael Sefa, Justice Blay, and the likes, but he's back trying to cement his position. Lord Amoa.
Asante Kotoko, they've managed to turn it around. Medeama. But the fact that Medeama have so many good players on the bench could prove very crucial in the second half. Was the likes of Derek Fojo, Osa Bernardino Tete, David Boyson Frempong, God knows Japasu, Nana Kofi Babel. These are all guys on the sideline or on the bench for Medeama Sporting Club.
Of
And
course,
any of them could make the difference.
Very good attacking players on the bench, but question yourself if they are picking and Kotoko also pick. Medeama may enjoy from attack, but maybe they can't guarantee you defense. And that'll be a question to answer.
The first half has come to its conclusion. Abdul Latif Adari, a man in your shot. It's not been an easy game for him this afternoon. Lots of tough decisions to make. And he's managed to, at least for now, do his best. It's Albert Amoa 2, Medeama Sporting Club 1. Kotoko lead, straight into the break. Intercept for Che. He gets Dramina. Manuel Mante. Nations FC. Down by a goal against Baseke Holy Stars. And Bibiani Gold Stars also leading by 3-1 in Beche. Heart of Lions. Also, and Kwamina Boateng has also scored for Accra Heart of Oak. Kelvin and Chroma. A switch of play. But that was a bit too high for Ebenezer and Chroma. Better more. Just that mobile striker you need. He's always moving around, not a static type of a striker. You find him in the box, in the pocket of spaces, in the half spaces, always everywhere. Albert Amor. Lord. The man who assisted the second goal. It was Amwa, assist Amwa for the second. Peter Miduakwa not having the impact he did get against Bibiani Gold Stars in Bibiani.
Of course, this is a different tempo.
Fernando Wisdom pass it. Samson Eduku. And Emmanuel Antwi warming up.
And the opposite side, Derek Forjo, Nana Kofi Babel, all warming up. It's going to be a lesson facts from the subs.
This is a ball. Medeama always hoping to keep the ball. Suleiman. Calvin and Chroma back. Corner for Medeama.
Medeama hoping to restore parity in the early stages and trying to, just as usual, take the game to the wide areas and find their way through. But this time Kotoko are very disciplined, getting a lot of bodies.
This could be the answer to all their questions. Mo Kamara. No way.
Of course, 60.9 save percentage in 18 games for Mohamed Kamara. It's a plus.
Mante, that was for Bright. Kotoko operating with a flat back sometimes. Just trying to deal with the wing play of Medeama Sporting Club.
Between Cheba for and Chejamina, alongside Babaya, one should be sacrificed because they are not offering that creativity. And again, that kind of defensive balance is not so crucial for Kotoko. Fernando Bassi can add that kind of creativity, and maybe Emmanuel Antwi.
Fatao Suleimana. This is Suleimana. He hits the side net. A man who scored against Young Apostles, who was on the verge of adding another goal to his tally this season.
Suleimana, his 6th season running, experience upon experience, and he's been consistent for Medeama Football Club.
And very young. Yet to hit 25. Fatau Suleimana. That was Cheba for who missed that earlier opportunity.
Kinsley Braye is looking off in the second half. But again, the bench should be the decider. Because lot of players for both teams. Bernardino going to join the players warming up for their way side.
Bar 4. This isn't Tim. Not able to do his usual runs in the midfield due to the changing role, perhaps. Fonti Menu. Barak Yusuf. Ebenezer. Patrick Asiedu up against Kelvin and Nkrumah.
You know, one thing about Peter Amidu is the fact that he's not lazy in terms of adding lots of defensive roles to his game. But he's more or less used up. He's not very much in attack in the second half.
David Boyson Frimpong and Derek Fojo on the sideline just to get ready for Medeama. Amor. Bar 4. This is in team. Amidu Akwa. This is Peter Amidu. Amidu Akwa. Amidu Akwa. Very promising move from Peter Amidu Akwa. It's still him. And he wins a corner.
Peter Amidu. The future is so bright for this 18-year-old young guy. Last season, he was the real deal. He provided 4 goals in 29 games. But this season, he's playing his 24th game with just a goal, and that was against Vision. The 2 top men coming in. Boyson, he scored against Medeama. Or let me say, Edwina Stars, I beg your pardon. And Derek Fojo, one of the consistent names. Within the roster.
Corner being poked in. There seemed to be too much stoppages in play. This is Fojo. Can see the spark of confidence. This is Fojo. Continuing to attack. Derek Fojo. His first time getting into the game, and he's already been a problem for Asante Kotoko.
He's really a tough customer to deal with. This season, 4 goals for Derek Fojo.
Derek puts in a cross. Substitutions for Asante Kotoko. Dramana for Samson Eduku. Also, Lord Amor being replaced by Michael Sefa. Minutes. Right on the hour mark. Half an hour and more to play. It's still 2-1 for Kotoko.
The coach now taxing Albert Samoa to drop deep to partner into menu for Samson Eduku to be the main man up front. And to sacrifice your average, the best performer in the game, into defensive ethics just to free another player. It's questionable, but again, let's see.
Albert. Just holds up the ball so well. Amor. This is Baba Yaya. Not too fast whenever he has the ball. Medeama will take that on a break. Michael Sefa being brought on to deal with the danger from Derek Fojo. Mante. A feeble ball from Emmanuel Ousu.
If Care is not taking Kotoko, we have a lot of deficiency in midfield because Albert tax to play just closer to Intimenu. He's questioned the technical team as to how he's been limited. And he enjoys the offensive play than offering shield the midfield. Maybe Babaya should sacrifice his offensive runs to add that glue in midfield just to support Intimenu.
Medeama just hoping to get an equalizer. Kamara keeps it in. And Emmanuel Anchi getting ready to join action. Safer. Patrick Asiedu. Asiedu with a lob. And Samson Eduku, the man who struck the post in Bibiani when they played Gold Stars. Some very good display from Medeama, but a bit of unnecessary showboating.
Maybe the options he was looking for weren't available, so keeping the ball is part of creating perfect outlets to pass the ball to. But to be honest, that was unnecessary, to be honest.
Derek Fojo. Emmanuel Antwi is ready. Is it going to be Baba Yaya or Elvis Chebafo?
At this point, Kotoko are lacking presence in midfield, especially who partners in Team Menu. And Baba is more bit deeper now, giving that kind of mechanical balance to Kotoko. But for Chebafo on the white, I think he's a bit done because he's not offering that much.
Michael Sifa. Yeah. Back. This is in team. Back four. Medeama calmly gets the ball down. Ebenezer and Kroma. "65 minutes. And it's still 2-1 for Asante Kotoko. Coming from behind after Kingsley Bray made use of that incisive pass from Manuel Mante. And Albert Amoa rose to get 2 for Asante Kotoko. His 11th of the season so far. But before this, it was 9 goals for him.
You know, one thing about Albert is the fact that it is believed.
This is Seduku. And Coach Karim Zito not happy at all. You have the space. Just try to shoot. Medeama on a turnover. This is Mante. Mante strikes! And they have equalized. Manuel Mante, he assisted the first. He has scored the second. What a day for Manuel Mante. And the men in yellow have restored parity. Oh, Kotoko, are they bottling this? And you can see the guys from Rosepark cheering their seniors on. Brilliant play from Mante, and the finish was quite sumptuous.
Manuel Mante, experience at the highest level, to score in his 21st game of the season is a plus. Don't forget he's playing his 3rd season, and he's been a key figure in midfield and to assist the first and to score the second. It's a plus. Kotoko should back up. The last game they drew at home was against Bechem United. It was 1-1.
Cheba for Awuche, they call him, has been replaced by Emmanuel Antwi. Asante Kotoko. This is where they always rise. The Medeama continue to attack, and this could be another one.
The game is heated. And just like I mentioned, last season, Kotoko snatched 4 out of 6 points against Kotoko, and Medeama also love to also do that, because the first game, it was 1-1.
Still Medeama keeping the ball. Derek Fojo.
You know, we pre-informed that Medeama have a lot of guys on the bench that can change the game, and David Boyson and also Derek Fojo just changed a lot of things about Medeama in attack.
This is Suleimana. Emmanuel Anchi got the best of Derek Fojo. Anchi. Babayaya gets back to Emmanuel Anchi. Is he back to his best? Anchi. One of the best creators in the game. But it's been a bit off color for him in the second round. This is a pass. Flag goes up. That is offside.
It's going to be a back-to-back draw for Kotoko. Goalless against BBN Eagle Stars. And it's 2-2 over here. Usa is being introduced.
He will replace Kingsley Bray, the man who scored the first goal. Osa Bernardino Tete, one of the best wingers in the game.
Last season, he played 21 games. He gave 2 goals. This season, he's coming to play the 23rd time, and he's having 3 goals. Very creative, and he's ambidextrous. You can never track the foot he's going to use.
Osa first touch. Osa Bernardino Tete. You just can feel it. That on a good day he's going to really torment whichever team he meets. Prosper Boache. Nuruddin gets Fatao.
Medeama started this, but after considering the 2 goals, they opened up, and this time they are controlling the momentum very well. A more of a 3-5-2. Getting control in midfield and high up the pitch.
Babayaya. Is the man on the pitch. And needs to be carried out. He's a bit exhausted. And that was the offside. Four minutes, and it's 2-2 for both teams. Medeama first bottled the lead. Kotoko equalized, took the lead, and they've also bottled it. It's now Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Both teams throwing more men up front, hoping to get the final goal.
Of course, at this point, you need your bench to support you massively. But my problem is how Kotoko are trying to structure midfield. Having Albert Amwa, Emmanuel Entry, and Tim Menu is not a very balanced midfield.
No routine up to light. Henry Ansu. He went for the safety first approach. Medeama. This is Albert Amoa. Samson Eduku. And the flag was up for offside.
You might have doubted the referee's decision, but Kotoko in several times this season always playing not to the opponent back line. Against BNE, it was a lot of offside situations for the home side, and this time, a lot of times flagged offside. Asante Kotoko.
Nuruddin. A lot of space for him to cover with the ball. He gets Fatal. That was a pass. And this continues to be Medeama trying to exploit. Oh, David Boyson from Pong. And his inclusion alongside Bernardino Satete and Derek Fojo. And Coach Karim Zito has responded with Fernando Wisdom Bassi, Emmanuel Anchi, and then Samson Eduku.
Fernando not having the best of hold up play, but he won it against Sulemana. Don't forget he scored their last home game. That was against Dreams.
Emmanuel Anchi.
Once upon a time, he was one of the best free kick takers. Alongside Apia McCarthy.
Anchi puts it in. Abetama! He has made it 3. There is just no stopping him. Albert Amoa. Performance of the season. He has gone and he has plunged and plummeted once again. You just cannot doubt him. Albert Amoa, 12 goals, 3 this afternoon. What a game he's had.
That kick from Emmanuel Anchi was pinpoint. And you just cannot take away the aerial presence of Albert Amoa. And this season, few players have scored hat-trick. Talk about Steven Amankuna. Talk about Kinsley Bryer. You add Albert Amoa to that list, and that is incredible. He is just scoring for fun. And this afternoon, you have to give it to him.
What a player he is. It was a good delivery from Emmanuel Anchi. Oh boy, you better believe it. Brilliant, brilliant header.
You check the movement, and he was watching the ball just within the crowd of the opponent box, and his ability to give that dominance, it's a plus. But again, credit Emmanuel Antwi for that pass. It was really one of the best. 2 goals from movement of crosses, and it's interesting from him.
This is Boyson. Boyson. He wins a corner. What a game we are having here this afternoon. You just don't know what is happening next. The atmosphere is charged up, and the game itself is no exclusion.
And whoever wins this game is going to have that pride. But I just love Albert Samoa in his first season for Kotoko. 17 games last season for Olympics, he scored 5. But this time, consistently, he is still in the show for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in his 24th game.
80 minutes. And it's Albert Samoa 3, Medeama 2.
No Komipoku, no issues. Can we say he's creating a very perfect competition for Komipoku when he returns? Because Opoku is now trusted more to lead the lines than Albert Samoa. But this performance alone, he just added something to the clean slate. And you can never bench him henceforth, because this is, come on, one of the best we've seen so far from him.
But unfortunately, the last but one game of the season. Perhaps they have the cup final to play, so maybe 2. But look, you have a Duku on the pitch playing alongside Amwa, so Kwampoku can take that role of a Duku now in the game, and it's going to be a perfect one. You can see the men dancing around. Everyone is excited here in the stadium, especially the fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What a game we've witnessed.
And the interesting thing is that he carried Kotoko on his shoulders from the start of the season. He went off due to injury, and now he's carrying it at the dying best of the season. This is a kind of performance that every team needs from key players like Albert Samoa.
He scored the first ever goal of Asante Kotoko this season in Nalerugu when they played against Kerala United.
Watch it closely.
Good ball informantry.
From his mannerism, he was having that trust. He gave a sign that, look, just bring the ball in, I'm there. Again, for the second time, dominating 2 players in the box. You just have to give it to Emmanuel Antwi for that delivery, and also Albert Samoa for that powerful of a header.
Prosper Boachi also out to be replaced by God knows Japasu.
Against Carrera, their last away game, God knows, was on the score sheet, though they lost by 3-1. He was on the score sheet.
Japasu. Japasu has lost it. This is Albert Samoa on fire. Albert keeps moving. He gets Peter Amidu Aqua. Could this be the fourth? Amidu! Asante Kotoko. Just keep hammering the opposition, trying to get more goals.
But wherever you put Peter Amidu Aqua, he's giving a lot of good performance. He started on the left, and he's now trying to finish on the right. This is classical.
Can see a bit of tears on the faces of the Medeama players on the bench. Fernando Wisdom pass it. Gets Antwi. Can he shoot from here? Antwi does. And he wins a corner.
Jumano Lanchi against Young Apostles. In the first leg, look, he scored from a very far, bizarre angle. Just came in and he's added a lot of dynamics to the midfield. From Great Olympics, he was the man. Jumano Lanchi, the darling boy, the poster boy. One of the best passes of the boy in breaking lines.
Brahim Tanko disappointed. Not quite surprising looking at their away performance.
It's going to be 6 out of 6. No win, no draw. They've lost all. Can it happen? We have less than 5 minutes for them to do that. Boyson hasn't impacted the game anyway because he's just been roaming around without massive impact.
This is Fernando Wisdom Bassi. For Joe, he gets Fatao. Usa Bernardino. Some very aggressive defending from Ansu, and that was the bench of Asante Kotoko. Cheba for Auchi, who has had his fair share of the game.
At this point, you need to stay aggressive to keep the opponents away from your lines. And Kotoko enjoying it from the 80th minute coming.
Frederick Asari sharing some jokes. Medeama, we have just some 4 minutes, and whatever that will be added on to save themselves. Bassi. Derek Fojo. This is Derek. This could be the moment. And still Medeama Kotoko, lots of red shirts in the box at the moment. They just need to save this for the fans. Japasu. Fojo. Fojo goes down. No penalty. Emmanuel Antwi. For Peter Miduakwa. He goes for the one-time pass. Nuruddin intercepts.
Peter Midu is a gem to play and still excelling in both flanks is just a plus.
Abdul Karim Zito. Emmanuel Antwi. Karim Zito. What an impact they've had on the game this afternoon. Antwi. Kotoko hoping to make it 4. Medeama just hoping to get that goal that will equalize everything.
But can we say this is one of the biggest tests for Karim Zito after taking the job, because Medeama are testing Kotoko in all angles to see their weaknesses.
For Joe. Good pass to Boyson. He picks it up. Giving Patrick Asiedu a very good run for his money, Boyson. It's been long since you saw Asiedu up front going to do his usual runs.
This is a pacey, a tricky wing in the shape of Boyson. Though he's not been scoring consistently, but when you watch that game against Eden Stars Ndoma, you could see that he's having a lot of fire within his belly. And at this point, Kamara should step up because they're always having a plan.
And you can see the three, let me say, wise men trying to plan the downfall of Asante Kotoko. That was the foul on God knows Japasu.
Let's not forget he just got promoted from Rose Park Academy to the main team. And against Karela United, their last away game, he was on the score sheet.
89 minutes. Seconds to hit the 90. Bernardino. Wherever you are as a Kotoko fan, you felt this.
Of course, this is a game that you can never predict the next action in a split second. Though Kotoko are leading bets, a lot of butterflies in your belly because you cannot overreact because anything can happen in every split seconds of this moment.
5 minutes of additional time. Can Medeama save themselves? Will Kotoko go up to win this game just as they are doing now? It's been a day for Albert Amoa. For Joe, gets Boyson. Good touch. This is Boyson. Up there for Japasu. And Kotoko clears the lines.
That is Boyson for you. He is very tricky and very direct when he's having the ball against the fullbacks. One man cannot handle him. Derek Forjo. A good cross. Joseph Ablo was there to rescue. Now Kotoko on the move. Peter Amidu Akwa. Still Kotoko. Perfect recovery from Yusuf Mubarak. Good nose. Good pass to Bernardino Sa. Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Through ball, but Felix Che to the rescue. Less than 3 minutes to go. This is Nuruddin. Good pass to Derek Forjo. Can he go past his marker? Still Derek. A crossing by Hariansu was there. Manuel Mante. Good nose. Way off target. Coach Abdul Karim Zito. A very fine test from Medeama for the home side. By keeping it cool, keeping it cool. If it ends this way, it's going to be 6 out of 6 without a defeat at home. This is Medeama. Nuruddin 2. Yusuf Mubarak, the former player for Kotoko. Good pass to Osatete, good control. Rafi said players might continue. In team menu, good 10, locate. Samson Eduque, good pass to Fernando Wisdom. Patrick Asidu wins it. Just some seconds to go. And center referee Abdulatif Adari will bring the game to an end. Uncontested ball 2. A gifted ball. Peter Amidoka. Back to Emmanuel Enchi. Kotoko trying to keep it cool. Michael Sifa. Team Menu to Albert Amwa. Good 10. Still Albert. Peter Amidu. Looking for options. Back to goalkeeper Kamara. Joseph Ablo. Kotoko keeping it cool. A through ball in bet. Nobody in particular. This is Nuruddin. To Suleimana, the captain. Good pass to Osatete, a good interception from Joseph Ablo in Team Menu, and free kick in favor of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We've done the entire 5 minutes, 30 seconds addition. Any moment from now, Abdulatif Adari will be climaxing the game. And it's all over. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, in 6 games, they haven't tested defeat. And it is all about Albert Amwa. 3 goals for the young guy. Kotoko 3, Medeama 2. It's all over.
The game has finally come to its conclusion. It was a 3-2 victory for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What a game this has been. And I have Coach here with me, Coach Ibrahim Tanko. Coach, a defeat for your side. Your take on the entire game?
I think I'm very proud of my boys. And when you look at how we started, we created a lot of chances. After the first goal, we should have gone up 2 or 3 goals. But, I mean, the situation that changes the game, I don't want to talk about it. So let's continue.
Coach, What do you think you guys didn't get right here this afternoon that made you lose?
I don't want to talk about referees. I mean, it's frustrating. Look at the foul we have before they go and get this penalty. So, and the referees took their decision and we have to accept it.
Coach, what is the way forward for Medeama Sporting Club? Now you have lots of quality. Do you think you need to do some additions for the next season?
Yeah, definitely. I think we need to add 1 or 2. And we have last game now against Brecum Chelsea, and then we have to sit down and look at the squad and then try to beef our squad and then go in for the next season.
Lastly, what's the plan for the second half? Of course, you brought lots of quality in the second half, boys and the likes of Osatete and Co.
No, I mean, we have, like you said, we have a very good squad. Those who are sitting outside can come and change the game as well. So, and that is one thing about us, and I hope that next season it will continue.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Ibrahim Tanko. He believes they had a very, very good game, but a few things didn't actually go their way. They have a very good squad, fantastic one, and of course, those who came on actually changed the game for them. And Coach Abdul Karim Zito, the victor, the man who won the game, is coming for us to have his take on the game. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Coach, your take on the entire 90 minutes?
Well, I'm very happy we'll be able to win the last match at home, and the supporters were happy. So this is what I said from the beginning of when you interviewed me. I said I will be very happy when we win the match today, and it was very, very competitive. Seriously, if you are not here, you may not know. So, I mean, we took our chances. They also took their chances. So I'm very happy about the game.
Coach, in the absence of Kwame Poku, Abetamwa stood up and then he made sure there wasn't problems whatsoever. And did Abet actually, deal with the fact that you didn't miss Kwame Poku today?
That is why we call it a team. You understand me? It's not an individual issue. It's about a team. When this man is not there, another person will be there. So you fix it. Me, I always try to work with what I have to get what I want. So I know there's no way I'll get to Poku. So definitely I have to do everything possible to get what I wanted without Poku. I have no problem with that. You understand me? Because we have a lot of players to play. Also play. So seriously, I would have wished to have him. But without him, a lot of finishing last 2 days before this game. So I wasn't surprised he's able to read through he said he has done well.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you too.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Zito, and of course he believes they did lots and lots of work and made sure things actually went on well for them. Abet, game no ma winning by 3 goals to 2. As a team, send am feel.
Well, Inyajipa won't say your dream is saying bit me league by engage. Tinyaji say the Mazmo, so we a very good side. And your coach Kashan said from weakness that he said this game a very, very tough game. Tiambre Mundi. The pass to me.
Now, as a player, wow performance this season. Mekai Yeshia or Boase some time ago, Mark, just a lot of goals. This time, okay, baby, we do now. As a player, how do you feel? Are you okay?
Oh, me never very okay because I can do more than this. But I see, BBM fast that man. There is more to come.
Now, opposition ankasa, staying up front, playing from deep. So to the cabin, you but Jebon. I say, we are so comfortable since we didn't anymore ankasa.
Well, I me coaches in the actually. I say, na miss a lot. Me who's a boy, I will just sit down and learn. So me should I need actual positions and me born nine and anywhere you put me except 7 goalkeeper, I will play. 5
or 3rd goal, entry, ebe ball free kick no. One know that connection no. We then who's a born we try so. How to be called for that header.
Me was a minute about Olympics, and no name that. So obe kobo born on him what me sign so like born never bam so I should be alert.
On a 2 signs born about.
I should just be alert to send me to me and watch it. Now, I'm offended.
Who has a bit in the go king or your Premier League?
Well, in KC, everything is possible. In KC, keep saying I can't one match away any vision. It will be say able to me maximum 3 points. That goes in the swabber.
So far, I'll carry more ball send a and our first one.
Well, at Olympics, me boy trick and I'm a J born when I way so this is my boss too.
You do work on it too. Can we do a bonifika? Yeah, that's it, Albert. So, Albert, the game has finally come to an end, and you just heard from the man of the match with a hat trick so far this season. Only 3 players have scored a hat trick in the Ghana Premier League, and Albert Amoah is one of them. The game ends. It's Kotoko 3, Medeama 2.